Ned Fulmer is no longer one of the Try Guys.
We've come such a long way.
After revelations, the married father of two had an affair with a coworker. In a statement shared to Instagram, Ned admits to having a quote, consensual workplace relationship. And while there's rumors aplenty of who Ned's affair was with, nothing's confirmed for now.
Hello everyone, it's Isabella here and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, as you guys can tell, we're going to be doing a full video discussing all of the Try Guys drama, everything that has happened, what is going on, anything new, and explain absolutely everything. I know many of you guys who are clicking, maybe you know the Try Guys, maybe you don't, but you've literally seen them absolutely everywhere. I want to talk about the full in-depth discussion of what's been going on, what's been happening, a timeline breakdown, and move on from there. This has been a very interesting topic, so I've wanted to discuss it with you all, and I also have other opinions. So if you guys have any theories or interesting thoughts about the Try Guys, comment down below, but let's get into it. Before we go though, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below. My vlog channel, podcast, and everything else will be in the description below, and let's get into it. So first of all, let's talk about who the Try Guys are, because I'm gonna be honest with you, before this, I actually didn't know who the Try Guys were, or if anything, to my knowledge, I maybe only saw a couple things here and there about them, but I wasn't an avid Try Guy viewer. But who are the Try Guys? The Try Guys are four guys, Ned, Eugene, Keith, and Zach, who pretty much are all about making videos about literally trying anything, like trying food, something interesting from a restaurant, just random things that are just really fun. And from looking at a lot of their old content, you can see how fun they were and how it was such a wholesome and interesting thing that they did, and they've been doing this for years. Many people grew up with the Try Guys, many people, that was their comfort content, and so with all this, they had a very wholesome vibe. And with that though, it was very shocking when the news broke that one of them, Ned, was allegedly cheating. Now again, at the time it was alleged, but it is actually known to be fact now. But September 25th, Ned was accused of cheating with an employee of the Try Guy business. There were several people who were posting about it. There was literally people posting up on TikTok photos of Ned making out with somebody.
When you knew Ned was cheating in May.
How's that,
Now, Ned is one of the Try Guys that literally is married to Ariel, who is his wife. She's absolutely stunning, and he has two children. So again, like he is married, he has two children, and the fact that he was caught publicly displaying his affair was absolutely shocking and devastating. And with that, the entire story just literally blew up all over social media. There were other people coming forward even saying, oh my God, wait, like I saw Ned and Alexandria, which is the employee, at this location, or I saw them back in May. And we had apparently photos of dating back to literally a year ago. So this has been an affair that has been long going apparently. And so with that, again, everyone was losing their shit. A little bit before some of this came out though, some people did think that Ned wasn't as active in some of the videos. They thought that he might have been edited. So there was already some kind of questioning going on. And so with the actual announcement of Ned literally having an affair, it was going all over the place. So it was very quickly that the Try Guys account actually posted up how Ned was going to be let go from the Try Guys, and they made an actual decision about this and how they were done with Ned. Ned actually reposted this on his Instagram story as well, followed up with a statement that was discussing how he really just cares about his children and his wife, and he messed up and he wanted to move forward, which is the same old fucking discussion about, I'm so sorry I cheated on my wife. Like, get over yourself. That's pathetic. Now, additionally, I wanted to highlight that there was other alleged claims that people knew about this for even longer, but just didn't know how to vocalize it. So for example, this screenshot was Shannon, how allegedly this was going on for a very long time. People were aware of it, even to the point of where Ariel, Ned's wife, actually was told about this, and she decided to pretty much avoid Ned for a while. Again, this is all speculation. I can't exactly prove this.
So Dumois posted this timeline tip that they got from someone like an hour ago on Instagram, and I just have to like show people this. So I knew about the September 1st date that people have been talking about, but I didn't know that this went all the way back to December of 2021. So it sounds like that this has been happening for almost a year, which is actually insane. And then you guys can pause to read. And it looks like they take multiple trips together to New York. Lartuzzi is in New York, so they've been going there multiple times, I guess.
There have been so many different things shared around by other people discussing the fact that Ned was cheating and how some people knew. It was just really a matter of time until the silence was broken. And that's the thing too, is clearly from we can see with a lot of the screenshots, Ned genuinely did not care apparently about getting caught because he was just out in public doing all of this and showing off this affair essentially to the world. And like, did he think that no one was gonna recognize him? Now, one more topic that I really want to highlight with this, that why it was so significant, and then we're also going to get into other things that people have been talking about on the internet and why it was so important for Ned to be kicked out, was Ned's whole persona. Now, I want to actually, maybe I want to dive into this in another video, but I want to talk about the wife guy phenomenon, because the wife guy phenomenon is so insane, and so many people were discussing this exact topic on TikTok and everywhere else. So Ned, if you guys don't know, was someone who was literally all about his wife. Like, genuinely, that's what he was known for, was talking about his beautiful wife, his wife and kids.
My wife, 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 my wife.
He would always, like in all these episodes, discuss his wife, talk about how much he loved her, how much he cared for her, and he would shower her with all these compliments. And so one of the biggest things that people were shocked about was he was the one that was going on about his wife, yet he was the one that cheated. And so it's actually brought up a big discussion that I think is really important about how some people, like Ned, in my opinion, was an individual who wanted to talk about his wife not because he actually cared in that way, but simply because it made him look better. Now, I think the wife guy phenomenon is really fascinating because it genuinely is highlighting how there's some men in this world who genuinely sit around and go on and on about their partners, and it's more words, it's not actually action. So they're doing it because it makes them look better. It overall makes them look like a good person. It uplifts their public image, and they benefit from that, even though they're not exactly putting in the work and effort, clearly, just like Ned wasn't. And I think that was perfectly displayed. But I think that we can also notice that pattern as well, and how I also think it brought up a really good conversation about the wife guy phenomenon with dating, because now I'm starting to actually think, oh my God, yeah, like it makes so much sense how I've run into people who have been like that, who talk so good about their wives because it made them look like a good partner. But in all reality, their actions did not speak louder than their words, and they literally were being a horrible partner or cheating. And so with this all happening over the internet for a while, it was literally so confusing. People were absolutely heartbroken. And then on top of that, the big issue was, how was this going to be handled? Because let's be real here, we have sadly seen a lot of moments where, and I could just say this from growing up, I have seen groups of men maybe enable certain friends or certain negative things that have happened and just kept on being friends with these people simply because they were they were guys or good friends, so it didn't matter. And so people were kind of like, okay, what are you going to do about this? Which I'm very happy that people held them accountable, but I didn't think that needed to happen, because then finally there was a video that actually was posted by the Try Guys. Keith, Eugene, and Zach actually sat down and spoke to a camera discussing how they approached the situation. So I will actually insert a couple clips in here so that you guys can see, but I will summarize it once this is over.
Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys. By now, we're assuming you've seen the Reddit threads and TikToks and tweets and news articles. We want to give you a timeline of what's transpired and some transparency into our decision making.
On Labor Day weekend, multiple fans alerted us that they had seen Ned and an employee engaging in public romantic behavior. We reached out to check on that employee. Ned confirmed the reports and since confirmed that this had been going on for some time, which was obviously very shocking to us, and we just want you to know that we had no idea this was going on.
And thus began a 3-week process of engaging with employment lawyers, corporate lawyers, HR, PR, and more, in order to make sure we were taking all necessary steps. From the jump, we were acutely aware of just how contrary this was to the values of the company we've built and those of everyone who works here. It's something we took very seriously. We refused to sweep things under the rug.
So opted to remove Ned from our releases pending the results of that review. Over a few weeks, that's included removing his section from videos, digitally removing him from others, and choosing not to feature him in our merch throws. Honestly, I want to give major props to our editing staff for how deftly they've handled that. Several videos that we've deemed as fully unreleasable, you will never see them, and that is due to his involvement. And that's a decision that has cost us lots of money. We will not be able to recoup that money, but it's a decision we stand by proudly.
Now, we can't talk about the details of the review, but suffice to say, we found that Ned had engaged in content Conduct unbecoming of our team, and we knew that we could not move forward with him. So on Friday, September 16th, the three of us signed written consent of the members of Second Try LLC approving the removal of Ned as a manager. We chose not to rush into the announcement for a few reasons. Namely, there are real people who have been affected. And while we consider this a company matter, there's just also a family at the center of this.
Now, we were always planning on a public statement, and we're working towards that with our team, but in light of rapidly accelerating speculation, we knew we couldn't wait any longer.
I don't know that we'll ever be able to fully articulate the pain we feel at this moment.
But they're our family, and they're some of the most talented, creative minds in the world, and our primary focus right now is making sure they feel comfortable and proud coming to work. The work they do never ceases to astound us, and frankly, there's just no world in which we could have navigated all of this without them. Now, there are videos that were shot ahead of all this, right? We're going to be editing Ned out like the new season of Without a Recipe, and we're working with our editors and finding creative solutions to the footage. And we also have some branded videos that we've already committed to. So when you see a video that's sponsored in a few weeks and you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. Well, yeah, it is kind of weird. It's just how things are, and that's why.
That when stuff like this happens, there's going to be speculation and gossip. And we ask that you respect the privacy of the family members and employees who may be caught up in this. We also want to remind you that the internet has a tendency to be a lot harsher towards women than men. So please, we ask that you exercise kindness.
So again, additional summary, they were talking about how they were heartbroken. They really were just as shocked as everyone else to see this going off on the internet, how they really were just kind of at a loss of words. They wanted to thank their team and everyone that had helped them because they were actually actively working on editing Ned out of absolutely everything, which honestly, bravo. I love men that hold other men accountable. But they were doing that. They were talking about how long it was taking, the changes, and how it was ultimately a shock because, again, not only were they losing a partner, but they were losing a good friend, which, again, I can only imagine how stressful and difficult that is to be literally talked about on the internet with millions, having a friend that's a piece of shit cheater, and then on top of that, losing someone who you thought was a trustworthy friend.
Ned Fulmer and Ariel Falmer say they are working on working things out.
Hi guys. Hey, are you guys working things out?
Yeah.
You are?
Working things out.
Well, that's good to hear. Hi Ariel. Hi Ned. Hey, what's next in your career, Ned? Okay.
Pick up our kids.
Okay, sure thing. Have a good day.
So with that all being said as well, they did discuss workplace and HR, and they did discuss how since Alexandria was an employee and who was someone who was in no way close to a similar rank or level in the company as Ned was, they were trying to hold a full investigation to make sure that everyone felt safe at the workplace, and they wanted to focus on how they wanted to make sure everyone felt safe and everything was taken care of because they want people to feel proud coming to work, which I thought was amazing, and I'm so proud that they were expressive of that. It was just overall a really difficult situation, but that was kind of it so far. Now, currently, they have actually been going back on their podcast, talking about other things. They have discussed that they are going to have other content coming soon and some content that they already had pre-created. So like they genuinely couldn't make changes because of brand deals or contracts, but they are trying to move forward. And I'm gonna be honest, now the name Try Guys can literally fit with people trying things, and try, 3, you get it? I think that's awesome. But one thing I really wanted to highlight was some of these speculations or discussions that have been going on specifically about the Try Guys situation. So I'm gonna highlight a couple of them and some of the rebuttals that I've seen or thoughts that people have had, and we're gonna talk about it all together. People actually were thinking, why is this that important? Why is it that deep? Yes, he cheated, but why was he kicked out? So first of all, I want to talk about and say that men holding other men accountable is super important. Many times we see groups of men enabling or allowing their friends' bad or harmful behaviors go on and downplay the severity. It was extremely important for them to handle this properly, which is very true. It's important to hold people accountable because, again, if I'm finding out that friends of mine are harming their partner, their wife, their husband, and their children over the fact that they want to have an affair and then literally publicly humiliate them, you bet I'm going to want to handle that and kick them out. That's absolutely disgusting. And then running off of that as well, this is a serious situation that not only does it impact 2 people here with the affair, but it impacts Ariel, it impacts Alexandria's old fiance, which they are not anymore, it impacts children and other things with the business as a whole, and it's absolutely heartbreaking and terrifying. I can't even imagine being followed by people getting asked questions questions about this or having articles written about you. Like, that is traumatizing. So yeah, they definitely needed to handle that properly. Another topic that has been very popular, and I am going to share other things that have made me want to discuss this topic, is work power imbalance. So one of the biggest things that have been popping up is the fact that Ned was somebody that was a major head of this company. He was a partner. He was a part of HR allegedly. Like, he had a hand in everything with this. And so with that, there have been some speculation that Alexandria couldn't fully consent to the relationship due to the fact that there could potentially be some struggles with, maybe she could have her job on the line, she could lose something out of this. I'm sharing other information up here so that way people can see like where I wanted to bring that up with. Please comment down below what you guys think, but I do understand why the power work imbalance can be such a major topic to discuss, but I'm very happy that, again, the Try Guys handled this very quickly and they moved very fast, in my opinion, with this entire situation. And then last but not least, another reason why I think it's really important that they handled the situation so well and kicked Ned out of the group is simply because this negatively impacted a company. We have people that work for the Try Guys that their jobs are impacted. They were probably blown up in their DMs with questions. And again, the workspace was probably very tense and uncomfortable. And I'm sure they wanted to make sure that they removed the common denominator of some of the issues with this. So with all that being said, this was a lot for this entire video, but that is it for the Try Guy drama. And I will put in other content here as well if there's anything else that's popped up. But that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Comment down below what other things you want me to talk about with the commentary or in the world as we know it today. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay glowing, my beautiful queens. Love you.